gear reviews. We're going to be looking at another budget-friendly pedal. It's a pedal that probably everyone should have if you don't already. At least something like it, whether you have this one or a different one. I'm giving you a nice, cheap, budget-friendly option for it. If you got one already that's not the cheap option, that's great too. But it is a tuning pedal, a tuner. Especially if you play live anywhere, these are great to have because they mute you when you're tuning. Almost a have-to-have sort of thing. If you have a multi-effects unit, a lot of them have these built in. My HX effects does, my other stuff does. But if I'm not using those, I gotta have a separate pedal for it. You can use like one of those little headstock tuners. I've got some of those, and they work, but they don't mute you when you tune. So if you're playing live and you don't have something that can mute you, well, everyone's gonna hear you going plonk, plonk. You don't want to hear that. So get you a tuner pedal. If not this one, find another one. There's plenty of affordable options on this. This just happens to be the one I bought. So it is the Behringer TU-300 chromatic tuner. Chromatic just meaning it will show you whatever note you're on. Some tuners like the Korg, ones that are about the same size as this, but you plug just into them. I've got one in there actually. I can pull it out. They aren't chromatic. They will only show E, A, D, G, B, the normal notes on the guitar. So if you wanted to tune to something weird or something like that, you can't do it. This will show you every note there is. You've got on this side, you've got your input. That's where you plug your guitar in. On this side, you've got two outputs: an out, regular, and then one says bypass. The regular out is the one that will mute you when you click it. The other one will not mute you. You could use that one if you were running, say, your guitar into a volume pedal. The volume pedal has a tuner out, and you want to run that into this, and then out of that into something else, like a computer or an interface or whatever. You'd use that one. That way you could keep this on all the time and still get a signal out of it. That's about the only use I got for it. Then you got your switchy part here, thing you step on. It is a plastic enclosure, so it's not as sturdy as, say, the TU-3, but or T3 or whatever Boss's is. And then you've got your display. It shows you the note there. These little LEDs light up, red and green, show you where you're at from it. These little lights light up too. You can change modes with these little buttons here if you want to be bass or different things, or you can make it do flats if you want. But that's it. We'll plug it up and use it to tune a few things. I'll use it to tune something with a whammy bar, something, my 8-string. I would plug it into, I might plug it into a bass, but I can guarantee you it works for a bass because that's mainly what I used it for. So we'll plug it in just a second and see. Alright, so we just, we're going to do some testing here of how well this thing does tuning. Now, obviously here we have a guitar that's in tune. There's ways to mess with that purposely, I can turn things, but there's nothing more fun than messing around with the whammy bar. So that's got it pretty well in. We'll go ahead and screw with it purposely too. Okay, so here we go. Let's check the tuning now. Clearly out of tune, right? Can't play that. So we turn on our tuner there, and it's set up to do the muting. So now we can tune silently, which is always good. So here we go.
That's supposed to be E. You can see it on the display. When you got it there, it tells you E, so we're going back, good to go. Next one's supposed to be an A, we're on the G sharp. So, tune that up to an A there. E, A, D is next. Turn that down, so I have the wrong way. B. And then D. Go back to the employee real quick, and A. What are you doing now? Okay.
big use for it is if you need to switch guitars like I'm trying to do right now. It makes a great little mute button. Other than just tuning things, you can use it just to mute stuff. Alright. So for the next test, we're going to tune the legator here, the 8th string, so you can handle those lower tunings. All right, the way I usually set this up is I run it. It would normally be an F sharp there. I actually do an D. I'm sorry. There. And then the rest will be standard. So we'll see how close we are.
So you see there where the difficult times of the tuner is, it does have a little bit of trouble with lower stuff. Like if you drop 2 really low, if you got an 8 string, it doesn't do quite as good as it could. But it's also a $25 tuner.
All right, so there we go. We are in tune. So now we will move on. We've seen it work with a regular 6th string. We've seen it work with the 8th string here somewhat. Like I said, for the low string there, I did have to do the 12th fret. So that's a downside. The good side is I do know it's intonated to the point where if I've got the 12th fret in tune, the open string's in tune. So, again, is this as good as, say, a Boss TU3, I think is what theirs is, or T3, or whatever their tuner is? No, it's not quite as good as that. But that tuner is $100. This one's $25. So there it is. If you're looking for a cheap tuner pedal, the Behringer one isn't going to do you wrong. It'll work. You can also plug it in. You can plug it into the other side over there where it says out, and it will do a bypass where it'll actually keep going while you're tuning, which I don't know why you want to do that, but if you did, there it goes. So that's this one. That is this review. If you got any comments, be sure to leave them down there. If you got any questions, anything like that, and let me know if there's a pedal you want me to look at. Let me know. I'd be glad to, if it's something I can get a hold of. I'd happily look at it, check it out, and let you know what I think. Other than that, y'all have a great day. Keep an eye out for the next one.